What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Devblog number 12 for my MMO. So, sorry I haven't posted a video in a couple weeks. I've actually been trying to get used to the new version of GameMaker Studio 2, but things are going along quite well. So, I'll go ahead and show you some of the changes that I've made this week. Don't forget to go to wizardy.com and you can read the full list of changes on here. So, let's go ahead and get into this. So, first up, I have added dialogue to NPCs. So, in the last video I added NPCs to the game. Well, now you can talk to these guys. So if we walk up to Rahibif and if we left click on him, we can begin to talk. So he says, "Listen here, Wizardy, I don't know what's wrong with my face, but you better fix it." And he's saying that because his mouth is kind of where his nose should be. So that's in the game, and it's kind of cool. We can walk away and the dialogue disappears. We can also do this. We can push them around. That way, if they're in our way, we can, kind of push them out of the way so they don't block passages. And of course, I'll be tweaking this around. That way, people can't move NPCs like way out into the water somewhere. But hey, it's there, and yeah, it'll be part of the game. The next thing that I've worked on this week, he's like way over there now in the water. I don't know why that's funny. Another thing I've worked on this week is I've added all the items that were in the game. I've now added them as INI files. So originally all the items were kind of coded into the game. Now the server basically will read all of these INI files and then we'll put them all in a big DS grid. And then every time a client connects to the server, it will send the client all of those items and the information that the client will need to know about the items. This way, if I ever need to change items in the game, people won't have to update their client. I can literally just go and edit one of these files and the change was made. I just edit the file, restart the server, and that change will automatically update for all the clients that connect. So that's pretty cool, and it also makes it very easy to add new items to the game. Literally, to add a new item, all I have to do is create a new INI file, name it whatever I want the item name to be, and then open up this INI file. And basically, to add a new item, I would just kind of copy this, paste it, and I would just increment the number by 1. So this would be 29, and then I would change the name to new item. And new item basically it would be the name of the item's INI file. So like pork, and then here's the pork INI file. So it would have to match whatever the INI file is. And then I would update this number up here to 29. And then once I do that, the server will automatically grab that item and send it to any clients that join. So it's a real easy way to add items into the game without updating code all over the place. So I'm not going to save that. So that's pretty sweet, and the reason I am doing it like this is because I'm making, let's scroll down the Devblog here, I'm making this tool right here. It's basically a toolkit where I'll be able to basically make items through this program, and it will save it as INI files. I know this sounds ambitious, but it's actually not. I'm basically making a glorified INI editor, so that'll be pretty easy to do. It's just doing it. So that's a big change, and this was actually a lot of work because I had to redo how crafting worked. I had to redo how the client and the server deals with items, but it does make everything a lot better and a lot more secure. So another thing that allowed me to do is kind of add these items into the game. So we can kind of drag these chairs around, we can rotate them, we can also craft tables and chairs. So let's go ahead and craft a table, and once that's done, we'll craft a chair. Okay, that's crafting, so these should show up in my inventory. So yeah, let's just drag them down to my hotbar, and if I select them, so if I select the table, I can plop a table down, and if I throw select the chair, I can throw the chair down as well. I can rotate it and do little things like this. I can throw him over here. Now, what's cool about this is even if I close my client and if I log back in, So let's go ahead and restart it. All of that should be saved. So again, even if other clients were logged in, then they'll see the changes as well. So if I join the game, I did add this new little loading screen, so that just makes it less stressful on the server when people log in. So yeah, all of this stuff has stayed the same. Now, what's also cool that I've added is, let's go into this NPC's house. This is Paul Middow's house. All of these things, these tables and these chairs are generated by the server, so I didn't add these in. The server added these in. So if I mess this stuff up, you know, throw it all over the place, you know, if I log back in, again, all of that's going to basically be thrown around. It's all saved. But wait, I'm leading to something here. So if I log back into the game, it's gonna load everything. Okay, yeah, so everything's still kind of thrown around the way that I left it. But if I close my client, now if I restart the server, which, let me go ahead and start the server again, load my client while I'm at it. If I restart the server, oops, start server, and then I log in, everything should be back in place. Let's go ahead and log in. Okay, so yeah, everything is back in place where the server originally spawned it, and that's because of what I said in the last video. Remember, I was talking about in the last video, like Paul Middow's house, I could go in and destroy it, but every time the server resets, his house will completely refresh. So that is intentional, and I know everything's kind of like still in a random position, but not really. It's in the position that I have it set to on the server. So yeah, everything will refresh every time the server saves. That way, you know, again, this is a multiplayer online game. If a player comes in and destroys his house, it's going to be destroyed for everybody, but it's all going to refresh when the server saves. So, but here's the thing, if we go outside, our table and chair that we created, check it out, it's still exactly where we left it. So there's a difference between the tables and chairs that we create and the tables and chairs that the server creates. The ones that the server creates are going to refresh every time the server restarts, but the ones that the players like me create are going to stay exactly where we left them. So there's nothing to really refresh because they were already added into the game by the player. Of course, the NPC also refreshed. He's back over here. So yeah, that's kind of cool. What else? I think that's about it that I'm going to go over in this video. I go into more detail about everything in my Devblog, so you can go over there and read it. I also posted about the game name. I really want to give this game a proper title. I've kicked around Sandusky, I've kicked around Starlight Town, but I feel like that's too close to Stardew Valley. Also, what else do we got here? Oh, I created a little song for the game that you can check out and listen to. I don't know if it'll actually make it into the game, but you know, it's kind of fun to do. Don't forget that you can sign up for a free alpha key on the website at wizardy.com. Just put in your name and email, and when this game is playable, I'll shoot you an email with the serial key that you can use. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to tickle that like button and leave a comment with any suggestions that you may have. Alright, that's it.